Hey everybody, welcome to the Malabash Show, and we have with us here a very special guest who has taken the amazing time out of his extremely busy life and day to be with us. Mosin, we are so excited to have you here on the show with us today. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
It's super awesome. Mosin is CEO of Creative Minds Firm. He is and his team do a lot of work with some of the huge and amazing actors and also the artists of music artists in the world. So he's going to share a little bit of behind the scenes today about that and kind of the understatement of music videos. I know that's one of his main things that they work with there in the firm. He also does commercials and a bunch of other things as well, and has had some really cool experiences that he's going to share with us today. But we're going to go a little bit into first, music videos. There's a lot of the stigma behind them that they're just kind of, kids running around with iPhones, taking some videos and sticking it up there on YouTube. And it's very much the opposite of that. It's creating an homage to these music artists, their music and them, kind of like basically a wall, a memorial for them, basically. So this is a really great way to capture their vibe. And I've talked or listened to Mosin a little bit, and he's shared this a lot. So Mosin, talk to us a little bit about that, creating their vibe, and capturing that artist. Because they all have so many different personalities, and you get to create that special bond with them and create that special homage to their music. So tell us a little bit about what that's like.
Yeah, it's thank you for that intro. That was awesome. She's done her research, so appreciate you for that. Um, Music videos they're kind of like timeless pieces, right? Music pieces. It's the visual to the record. So in today's time, you're absolutely right. I mean, you have kids that are creating things, from home, TikToking, and they're making some really cool stuff. I have to be honest with you. And I've seen whole music videos get done on iPhones, um, and seeing that has been really fun because you get to see kids creating based on what they have available to them, right? So they get really creative in making some really dope videos or TikToks or and remixing even old stuff that they see it differently. So I love seeing the culture just expand on music videos, music, just arts and crafts. So cool. On in relations to what I do with the record labels. Oh, I lost my AirPods, guys. So I'm dealing with the wired
Oh,
headset. Yeah, I left it at a hotel in Florida. I'm
that's
mad. I love my
I
AirPods.
know, those are the best things ever.
So I'm dealing with these. I hate them. But dealing with the record labels, man, has been an experience because, they're trusting you in creating, this artistic piece that ultimately we want to see do well, get views, create motion for the artist, the talent, the product, whatever you want to call them. So it's been very fun working with different creatives, not just the artists, but the people behind them, you know, and also the teams that I work with, different directors and producers and, art teams, art directors, and, putting together a production. There's a lot of really important people that are involved as far as crew that bring, that look to life. And the directors, has the responsibility of, taking that talent and directing them to the best of his ability to get that performance that everyone's looking for. So, um, yeah, it's fun. It's business, you know. At the same time, you understand that this is a business. This is a career for me, for the people around me. We work very hard in giving these artists, uh, the looks that they need to continue their success in their careers. And working with them over the years, has been even cooler in seeing the growth in not just the music, but what are they doing creatively with visual arts, music videos, and their covers and things like that, photo shoots. Just how creative are they transitioning as they grow into bigger artists or whatnot.
That's amazing. And that's a really good picture of the whole piece. It's not just creating that one video or that one spot. It's creating a whole, like, that whole piece to them, and they've got such a special brand that makes them who they are. And to be able
Hmm.
to keep that continuity and throughout their entire shoots, and to be able to portray, what their music really is. And I think that's really special. And I think you touched on that really, really well. Um, and I think too, people kind of underplay music videos, but
Hmm.
they're really a huge part of the person's showing who they really are, and it's not just a random thing where people are running around. It's who they are, and it's really bringing out the story, the history, and what created, what inspired that, really amazing art that they've created. So I think that's really fantastic. What is some of the favorite shoots? I know you probably don't have one, but what's like one of your favorites that you really enjoy getting to work with a team, or I don't know, what made it exciting for you?
We just did the Kodak Black and Rod Wave Before I Go, directed by Drew, filmed it. And I've done over 300 videos. I can give you a lot of favorites.
I know,
But
you've done so many, it's
but
amazing.
that was really fun, working with Kodak and Rod's team. And we built, a whole just pond with landscaping. And I brought a vulture in. Kodak, his stylist Anna is a really good friend of mine for years. So we were on the same page as far as how we wanted his looks to be, his outfits. So it was really dope, man. We created a funeral with the casket outside and had, some people come in dressed, played the part, funeral and stuff. And we went to another location that was real like forestry, kind of rainforest. And Rod showed up over there, and we did the performance with both of them. So I love seeing artists from my state. Rod and Kodak being from Florida, and myself being from Florida. I I love working with my Florida artists, and
Yeah.
the video did amazing. So we're really proud of um, just being a part of that. And Drew directing did a fantastic job.
Now, do they come to you with a location in mind necessarily, or specifically a vision? I know sometimes they have a specific vision, but sometimes they're open to ideas. What do you usually find?
Yeah, the artists are very creative nowadays. They have uh, tons of ideas when it comes to their records, and I think it's important because they're the makers of this music, so they see this picture clearly. And sometimes they do, and sometimes they're like, "Hey, I just want you guys to figure it out." So the director's the responsible party in delivering a creative or a treatment, which is the idea concept, and they approve it or they ask for revisions and things like that. But usually with the directors I deal with, it's a one shot, situation, and the artists are aligned with these directors. And for me, producing, for a lot of young guys too, I have to make sure that like you said, the locations and the vehicles, the models, the permits, the police officers we hire to secure the streets, the roads we close, the helicopters we fly, the yachts. So
It's amazing.
yeah, there's insurance, and I'm dealing with Universal's legal department or Sony's clearance department. I have to release forms. It's a lot of things that go on when it comes to record labels and protocols. Now with COVID-19 going on, there's been the whole COVID-19 protocols that we have to go through when we go into production. especially here in LA. So um, not so much as of late, but it's definitely kind of shifted how production has flowed since before COVID happened. But yeah,
Yeah, I know COVID's put a huge jack into everything. And I
yeah.
know that working the legal side too, and just in anything in film, but especially when you're dealing with so much and having to get so many different pieces, parts together, it's a lot to have to do on a regular basis and keep up with, especially, for there's a lot that goes into just a 5-minute film.
Mhm.
And that 5 minutes can take, how long does it take to, I know it changes, but what's the average time frame that it takes to create a music video for you, your
Well, if
team?
you were to guess, what would you guess?
Well, knowing from experience, I would say it'd probably take at least 6 months or more, but that's, I mean, that could be
Are we
from start to
talking
finish.
music videos? Or are we talking? What are you talking here?
I'm talking like from the beginning all the way to the ends of,
Okay.
like, from not just the film part, just from the beginning concept all the way to the end delivering could take about approximately 6 months to a year, depending on what team you have. But
Okay. Way faster than that. But um,
that's good.
yeah, the average shoot is 12 hours. We shoot in 12 hours.
Right.
Let's say I get the phone call today, or the email. So the director they might have a 2 to 3 week delivery for the creative to be delivered. So let's say, we have to deliver it by March or April 20th or something. So they'll review it maybe a week or so, and then we'll probably shoot within 2 weeks. So uh, let's say, a month and a month there, maybe a month and a half at the most.
Amazing.
We shoot it in a day, and then we deliver it, maybe 10 days at the most. So
Wow.
couple
That's
months
amazing.
includes everything. Yeah,
Wow. That's amazing.
most
Wow.
shoots are 12 hours. Um, unless they don't. The reason why we don't do 2 day shoots, it's going to cost twice as much.
Yeah. It's so
So
expensive.
yeah, so the second day would cost just as much, or you can wheel and deal.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's amazing. That's super fast. Wow. Congratulations for that. What inspired you to get into music videos? You hear of people wanting to become actors or producers and things like, but what, that's a different niche, what was that desire to get into music videos?
They don't want me to be an actor. I'll be I think I'll be a major superstar, guys. I'm gonna stay behind the camera though. Um,
It's so interesting because a lot of people that are behind the camera are really fantastic actors.
yeah. I kind of grew up. I was in recording studios, and um, I ended up going to film school when my dad died. It's creative
Mhm.
school, Full Sail University, and I chose film because I was always around the music and the recording side of entertainment.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? Let me try this film thing out, and I liked it. One of my teachers was like, "Yeah, the film language is the same everywhere you go. So if I go to China, you know, um, the angles and everything is the same, push and you know, tilts, and so
Yeah.
it's pretty cool to know that hey, this language that I know, um, I can talk anywhere in the world and work this language, and
Mm.
I'm really good at telling stories, I guess. So just being on that side and being able to tell stories, and now growing from music videos into other projects that kind of, have more substance than music videos is really what I've always wanted to get to. But it's through this music video lane that it's allowed me to, have opportunities in other places.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It opens up a whole different world for you. And like you said, it's like a language that can be spoken in in many worlds, in many languages that you don't necessarily know, but people know film, and you can
Hmm.
create a film that speaks to so many different people, and it doesn't matter. A picture's worth so many words, and a film is worth even more. So that's really fantastic. What are some I heard you, on the Trash Talk magazine interview talk about a little bit of what you would tell your younger self, or what
Hmm.
you would tell your people that are interested in getting into the field. And I wanted to ask you that question specifically. So, because your answer was fantastic, what were some things that you have learned that you would love to share to those who are interested in getting into the field, or what you would tell your younger self who's just getting into the field?
Yeah, I'm not going to give you the same answer, but
Okay, great.
uh, I'll tell you that passion is important, and
Mm,
you know, being eager to be in a seat next to a peer doing this. And the reason why I say that is because it's not easy to get in this seat. It's a lot of work and it's a lot of credibility that you have to build to get in
yeah,
this seat where people accept you as, yeah, he does some dope work, yo, hit him up,
yeah,
it's not easy by any means. And people are just not gonna recommend or talk about you in a high manner unless you deliver and execute that way. So I think being passionate about what you represent, I think that authenticity is really important when you're dealing with creative, being yourself and being authentic to your brand, your culture, whatever it is that you're trying to share with the world, be authentic. Um, and for some reason, um, I just feel like a lot of young people these days, they're lacking motivation that's consistent. I
yeah.
think having consistency as far as just not fading after a year or 18 months or 8 months, keep true to the dedication that you've had all this time, because um, just God works at just mysterious moments, and you never know when something of fruition might come. So you just want to always be consistent, passionate, um and execute, like don't talk about stuff all the time. Like we love talking, but let's do more. Like let's execute, let's get excited about you know life and just having opportunities, like so those things have been really important for me. So I would definitely, coach the young individual coming into this world, because it's a very nasty world and it can be um, really hard on people to, you know, understand that you're just not going to be accepted like you want to be accepted. You know,
Hmm.
people think that they're just going to be, oh, I want to graduate film school, I'm going to watch YouTube videos and go do this and just, I'm going to be so, just the best. It's great to think that, but the realization of this industry is it's an exclusive club, and
Yeah.
it takes time to be in this club, and your work has to depict that you're different, that you deliver a certain product, that you make your artist stand out, or the product to really stand out, and the results will never lie, so the numbers won't lie. So just be consistent, passionate, all those fun words that we love to use.
I love that, and I really appreciate you saying that, because I think the whole film industry, it's a kind of an exhaustion, right? You get
Mm.
into it, you think you're gonna make it big or whatever, and then you hit the reality of it. There's 5 people that, we may know that are famous, right? And so that reality of millions of people coming funneled down to a one position type job, and with such a high turnover rate, it gets to be discouraging, and you kind of, it's either all or nothing, so staying consistent is that huge thing, is creating that relationship. But what you've done over, how long have you been doing this?
I mean, professionally, I've owned my company for 7 years.
yeah, 7 years, and you have created that relationship with some of the great, artists. You've worked with so many huge names now, but you didn't just graduate film school and get to that. You created those relationships and did the work and stayed consistent, and showed up when you said that you're going to do something and things like that to create that relationship that makes you valuable. And keep and now that's got you where you are, kind of a thing. And um, I really appreciate you saying that, because I think it's really discouraging for a lot of artists that get into the field. They just are like, is this worth it? Is it worth
Yeah,
it to continue on? And it is sad because it is an evil world, and so many people just will eat you up and spit you out. And um, no matter how much talent or how amazing of a human that you are, it's just, yeah, you have to stay consistent and just be smart about it and keep working.
100%.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate having you on the show so much. Are there any last things that you would like to share for us?
Just thank you for having me on. I appreciate the time and the space, and I wish you specifically, the best in your fan base. And thank you again for having me.
Thanks so much, Mosin. I really appreciate it. I hope that you have a good evening, and take care of your cute dog. And we'll see you see you around here.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys, for watching. And if you guys haven't, I've popped up Mosin's one of his website, so definitely check it out. It's fantastic. He's worked with so many amazing people, and he's got given you some really amazing words of wisdom here today. Stay
Trying.
consistent. Yeah.
Have a good one.
um, so follow along, and then you also have your Instagram at Mosin Pictures. That's a
Hmm.
really great place to find some of his really cool work as well. So definitely check him out, and see if you guys can work with him and network in the future. And we'll see you back here on the Malabash Spotlight Show. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.